In today's recipe, we're going to be making Christmas cake biscotti. What you're going to need for this recipe is 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 3/4 cup granulated sugar, 1/2 cup almond flour, 1/2 teaspoon baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon kosher salt, 2 large eggs, 4 tablespoons of melted butter, 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract, and a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and mix-ins of your choice. Step 1. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees. So for this recipe, you're going to be needing a stand mixer. You're going to be needing 2 attachments, the paddle and the bread dough attachment. Here I'm showing the paddle attachment as well as the bread dough hook attachment. So paddle, dough hook. Very simple. Now we're going to combine all of our ingredients into our stand mixer. Now we're going to combine all of these ingredients together. For my stand mixer, I set it to the stir. You're going to want to mix for about 5 to 10 minutes until it looks like this, well combined but not fully together. So now we're going to be switching the paddle attachment to a hook. We use the hook to make it a dough and to knead it all together for us so we don't have to knead it. When combining it into making it a dough, you're going to need about 2 tablespoons of water because it is quite a dry mixture, but you want it to be all well incorporated. Let's talk about mix-ins. So I decided to make a Christmas cake vibe because I just wanted it to be like Christmas. So I used a 1/2 cup of dried cherries and a 1/4 cup of golden berries, and it tasted delicious. So you're going to want to mix this for about 5 minutes until it's well combined. Now we are going to flour our cutting board with almond flour, so when we take off our dough, it will not stick to the board. Three, two, one. Now you're going to want to shape the dough. I just made it into a circle and then I cut it in half. Please make sure you have parental supervision if doing this because you will need a knife. So then I just kind of slowly start to shape it. It doesn't have to be perfect because this is just the first bake. And if you don't know what a biscotti is, it's basically a dried out cookie that you can have with tea or coffee, traditionally in the morning, but it is twice baked. So we're going to bake these like this, and then we're going to take them out of the oven, cut them, put an egg wash on them, and bake them again so they're super dry and crispy. I know I said earlier that you can make them any shape, but I would recommend a circular kind of square. Now we are going to prepare the baking pan. So we're going to prep this by using avocado oil spray. You can use butter, but I prefer the spray. Then I'm going to spread this around with the tissue paper. And then I have these pre-cut parchment baking sheets, but usually you have to cut them, but I do not. Now we're going to place our biscottis onto the pan and place these in the oven. Now we're going to place these in the oven for 20 minutes until they look light and golden brown. And make sure to have parental supervisions because ovens are very hot and I do not want anybody to get burnt. Now I'm going to prepare the icing. I used 1 cup of powdered sugar, 3 tablespoons of heavy cream, and a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and about a tablespoon of lemon juice. 1. For the icing, we're going to use our stand mixer once again, and now we're going to attach the whisk. So first we're going to put it in our bowl. Now we're going to attach a whisk. And that is it. Now we're going to make icing. Icing is very easy. All you need is powdered sugar, cream, and vanilla extract, but I like to add lemon juice to this because I want to kind of cut the sweetness of the powdered sugar for this. So what you're going to want to do is just gradually combine your cream and lemon juice with the powdered sugar, because if you add it all at once, it will become way too runny, and then you just have to add more sugar, making it more sweet. So continue mixing it. I like to dye it. I'm using the color cauliflower blue, but it's completely up to you. I just think it makes it fun. After 20 minutes, you're going to want to take your biscottis out of the oven and make an egg wash. So what you're going to need for this is 1 egg yolk and a teaspoon of cream. And I like to apply this with a spoon because I don't have a pastry brush. So I just use a spoon and it works perfectly. And you're just going to want to apply a thin layer. It's not going to be too super thick. And if you're wondering why they do this, it's because it makes the biscottis look very shiny, and it just really just elevates the taste. So I just, as you can see here, here's how I apply it, and then I have to wipe off the egg that I spilled. Now I'm going to cut the biscotti. Make sure you have parental supervision if you're younger, because you will need a knife. So I like to cut them diagonally, and they are going to be quite sticky and crumbly. That is perfectly normal. You're just going to want to cut them, put them back in the oven for 30 minutes at 350 degrees. A little bit lower than the first bake because this is just to crispen them up. And you can lay them out pretty close to each other because they're not going to spread anymore because they are already baked. Now we're going to put them, as I said, in the oven at 350 degrees for 35 minutes or 30 minutes or until golden brown. After about 30 minutes, I took them out of the oven. Then I let them cool for about 10 minutes or until just not super hot anymore. Then I frosted them, and then I got my sister to try them. So she's going to be trying our Christmas cake biscotti with some lemon drizzle icing on top. You want to try?
I'm excited.
Yeah. Keep it together.
Wow. What's in it?
Is it bad?
It's really tasty.
Okay, it's almond flour, vanilla extract, some cream, tasty ingredients, sugar. It's actually a very simple recipe.
I like it. I smelt it, so I knew I would like it before.
Try it at home.
Action.
Now we're going to